Welcome to Bergen in Norway, where the track is icy and the competition is fierce, with 22 of Formula V's finest ready and eager to go. For the fourth round of Season 7, we'll be having evening races Friday, with the last few glimmering rays of sunlight settling over the North Sea onto this majestic track, and 11 different liveries. However, this race can only be won by one of those liveries, and it's time to find out which. As 2C's 3-race win streak is over, the McLaren has to miss this round. So, will Haas or Alfa Romeo seize the victory they've been so close to, or will we have an underdog on the top step of the podium today? Well, there's only one way to find out. Welcome to round 4 in Bergen. Welcome. Thank you for your patience. We are now on the grid here in Norway. I'm joined by Tyler and the track creator IceFlake today, and the drivers are being sent round on the formation lap now. On the screen you will see all the information you need for today's race, and we'll start talking you through the grid momentarily. But as I said, I'm joined here by IceFlake, who has made this beautiful track, as well as Tyler, a retired driver now, but a very good commentator. I don't know if you can see the stream there, Tyler. Have you had a look at the grid yet? Are you familiar with everything?
I have. I see a few new drivers from when I was driving, but it looks like Flicky landed on pole, and he's still driving with Alfa Romeo, so he used to be my teammate. So fantastic. Looks like a great lap from him. Looks like a whole 10th faster than Skill Max. So
yeah, really good lap there, and he kept it completely in the track the entire time. No track limit violations at all. So yeah, the Alfa Romeo will be sat on pole today, just outside the 57s. No 57s, even though we did have quite a few in practice, including, as you can see on screen there, Flicky's rapid time with a 57.9 from practice in the earlier days. But yeah, no, the drivers should be lining up on the grid now. So we'll switch over to that shortly. But yeah, as you can see, weather-wise, we're set at the moment. We're fine. We've got clear, misty, clear, and hazy, so pretty much normal visuals. And for the tyres, we've got the grippiest and the slowest, which is needed on a track like this. So the C3 hard, C4 medium, and C5 soft. And no one will know this track better than the creator, IceFlake. A lot of hours gone into this beautiful track. You excited to see people racing on it?
Hours. I spent like 16 hours, I think, on this track.
Very nice.
I expect you want to have a high downforce to take the chicane flat out, but you don't want to be slow at the long back straight we have here. So that's a bit of a gamble. What downforce here is the best, of course.
That's true.
Expect to be chaotic into turn 3, which is a hairpin.
Yeah,
if it won't go wrong, it might go wrong here in the chicane there afterwards, but it's a really tough track. So
definitely.
I expect crashes, of course, but
yeah, and we've got a lot of different downforces here today, by the looks of it. Although people are quite similar at the front, it will be just depending on where you get the most control there. J-Jack, if you want to switch over to driver perspectives now that we are on the grid, and we've got a beautiful turn 1. If we can switch around and just have a look at the front of the grid there. A beautiful sunset view over the North Sea, and as we did say, we're at green flags now. We will have a nice, hopefully calm turn 1, but very quickly we'll go downhill into turn 3 where it gets very chaotic. So we've got 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights and 5 lights here at round 4 in Bergen, and we've got lights out and away we go. The McLaren gets away decent, but there's a lot of side-by-side into turn 1. We've got a small amount of lag, but turn 1 for Flicky also goes quite well. Yeah, we've got a little bit of lag contact. Most drivers keeping it clean for now. There's a bit of contact, no one off for now. We're still going all right, and yeah, we're clean for now. Oh, as I say that, we've got a huge pile up further back in the grid, and that's an immediate safety car. IceFlake's called it there, and that was no surprise. We did keep it clean, but that looks like
that was really expectable.
Yeah, that was one car in the middle of the grid there, getting hooked on the back tyre by the looks of it. So we will switch over to the safety car, and yeah, that will be Flicky still leading the pack, followed by R7 and Skillmax. You good there, J-Jack? We should be fine. But yeah, no. What are you looking for, Jay?
Get on board with a race leader here.
Yeah.
Get on with the or not Alfie. Flicky.
We've lost
here
both
he is.
Audis here. Just
Have we? We lost both Audis, the back of the grid. Yeah. Apologies, we've got a few technical difficulties here. We'll be back to normal shortly. Jay, in your perspective, you can just back out and go on to safety car. I don't know what's happening. But yeah, no, it looked like it was a hook in the middle of the grid there, where it started to go real sideways, and then as we come around to them shortly, it was just a pile up on that uphill there. It's a tight corner there. I think it's
Yes. The entry is really tight because you have on the inside and the outside you have a wall that's close to the track, so there's not much space. And even with going 2 cars wide through that corner is really, really hard. So freeway, that's not gonna go. So expect a crash when that happens. And well, there were many drivers that were going into that corner at the same time, so that I don't think that could have gone right. But
yeah, you might want to go a bit closer to your mic as well. I think some people can't hear you.
is that better?
Hopefully should be fine. Yeah, Jay, we good, bro? Are we gonna have safety car in? It does look like everyone is formed up together. We've got a few glitches there, but we're on to lap 3 under safety car now. Seen this amazing safety car view, and we've got safety car in this lap, so it will be through these final corners now. Yeah, we should have had a safety car there. It looks like we had a few technical difficulties, but as Flicky leads the pack around the final corner, he accelerates straight away through that final sector and gets a good start.
Or
Yeah,
7 on the break from Skillmax there. Already go. Whoa, that's really close.
Yeah, we're focusing a little bit further behind though on the Audis at the moment on the downhill with Bruder and Spike. That we're not watching that yet. There's a huge dive bomb there by
going side by side into the chicane now, and
if we want to switch over to that
has
at the
to take
front
the
there,
position of R7.
I need a safety car. I don't know why we didn't have a safety car. Someone's in a helicopter. I need an actual safety car next time. Thank you.
Could you not just... Alright, okay. So yeah, well, on board currently with... Are we still with... God, we've got a lot of contact here.
That was a FIA chat we just heard there, so...
yeah, I had a slight cut in there.
We noticed.
So we're with Vic and Bruder at the moment into 62. We've got a lot of dive bombs at the moment, and one again here. Very, very aggressive driving. The Ferrari now on the fight back on this pitch straight. Doesn't take it though. He's behind for now, and Bruder keeps the lead. Guys, feel free if you do see any action, call it out and we'll switch over to
There's
it.
a lot of action on the track.
Yeah,
I just wanted to point out,
Crazy.
we have Squall
go for it, Stevie.
We have Squall in P4, who's actually the team principal at Mercedes, who's actually a retired driver this season in P5 at the moment in F1. Absolutely amazing job by him there.
Yeah, and he's following just behind Spike. It looks like on the stream we do have a little bit of lag difficulty there, but we are fine.
Flicky and Skillmax and R7 put a gap to...
Ooh, we've got a crash there as well. We need to cut in front IceFlake for a second.
Yes.
That was Spike and Bruder there. IceFlake, if you just want to make sure to watch the stream and then you'll see what everyone else has seen. So through the tunnel now on this downhill.
Into the Discord.
In the Discord. If you just watch Jay's stream. So on this pitch straight
Alfie.
once again. Yep.
Can we get you to share screens in Discord, please, so I can see your perspective as well?
Yeah, I'm watching Jay's.
Oh, okay.
Jay is the stream.
Want me to share mine as well?
No, we literally just need Jay's, so just watch Jay's.
Okay.
We're chilling. Yeah, so Flicky has kept the lead for now. Skillmax is just behind. R7 has dropped back slightly in the Haas there, but we've got a lot of battles in the big group there. Is that Snipes, if we could switch over to that, Jay, because he looks like he's right in a fat train there towards the midfield. He's P12, so just behind. These two at the front are close together, but I will update you on that shortly. Although, as I say, that is starting to back off a little bit now. But yeah, no, we've got some fast-paced driving here. It's a very, very short lap time here of under a minute. Steph, if you just go in the pits, that should be fine for safety car.
What's the strategy? What are the strategies looking like as far as tires?
I don't really know, to be honest. It will be obviously, like we said, C3 to C5. but there's going to be some aggressive driving, so I doubt people are going to be playing too conservative.
Already overtook
with the
Flicky
hard.
for the lead.
He has. Skillmax has just gone past. Flicky's just behind.
That's
If we
good.
switch back over to that, J-Jack, because they are fighting currently for P1. That is, yeah, the special livery Alfa Romeo. Don't get confused by that. It's a beautiful livery in this sunlight. Right on the bottom of that Aston Martin of Skillmax there, who uses his curse to try and escape. He can't get too far away though. Two very fast drivers here with a lot of experience, as we've seen. Tyler, have you had much experience racing either of them?
Both of these guys, definitely, and I've actually had the pleasure of practicing with Skillmax as well, so I know how competitive these guys can be. They're very, very passionate drivers, these guys, and you know, it was nice alongside with practice with them. If you get a lap time faster than them, they're determined to get that faster time. So these guys are both great competitors in my opinion, so this is a good onboard to watch here.
Yeah, I was following Flicky in Season 4. I was his teammate then, and he did hours and hours in practice, but it looks like Skillmax is doing more at the moment because he is starting to escape on this downhill into Sector 1 for now. So yeah, starting to leave for now.
He could be on a different strategy potentially as well. He could be on a faster compound, so we'll see what happens on the pit shakeout.
There now.
Yeah, we'll switch further back to Redlick, who's on the attack for 2Cs. So 2Cs actually didn't do qualifying, but joined the action later on. Actually, Jay, if we just want to switch forward to 2Cs, because he's going to be on the attack for these guys. He's won 3 races in a row. Could potentially get his 4th, well, contrasting to what I said earlier. Yeah, no, it's a very, very fast driver as 2Cs with his mouse driving. Have you had experience with him either, Tyler, or have you retired by his point of dominance?
In F2, I actually got to race against him, and yeah, it's pretty. I'm not going to say it's unfair, but I mean, it feels like it's unfair. But
yeah.
The lap times he can produce with the mouse steering, it's incredible on a track like Canada. The one that Ammo made. That track is the one I raced against him on, and that is an example of a mouse steering track for sure.
Definitely. And we've got MM7 actually, another very fast driver that doesn't mouse steer, but is quick enough to stay with the group. 2C's into Sector 1 now, right on MM7's behind, in the Audi, the new team for this season. On the downhill, is he going to go for a dive bomb with the Kers? It looked like he pulled out for it, but he just backed back in there. 2C's is, whilst he's known for his mouse steering and speed, he is also known for his crashes, getting quite a few in the past. That has been a slight issue, but not this season, to be fair. We've been clean, although as I say that, there's scrapping behind between Redlick and Robbit, who are proper going for it and giving 2C's the space to play with all he needs as we use Kers into this downhill.
Is there a way that we can get names on all the time? Is that possible?
I don't know, it might not, but as we say that, 2C's makes a very nice move. We've got an R7 car failure there, so that is R7 gone. We need to check if that car is safe or not.
Let me know if
we're
it's
going to have
back.
to Stevie as a safety car, we will have to see.
It's off track.
It's off track, so we will have green flags, and we can carry on going for now. But yeah, no, that could have been a real change to the order there. Although, as I say that, Skillmax is still in the lead, and Flicky is quite far behind. And 2C's still on the attack. I think we'll switch off him for now, but he's going to catch up to Hey Houdini, Styx, and those other drivers there very quickly. Actually, we could switch over to them, so Styx and Spike and that lot are right in the middle of the action. Spike had a very good quali lap, but unfortunately got a lot of penalties from the FIA for track limit violations, so he got kicked straight back down. If you want to switch forward to Spike, he's right in the thick of it all, and is a very, very aggressive driver, as we saw at Spa last week, for those of you that joined us there.
What position are we fighting for here? With Skillmax? Or Skillmax?
For Spike, we're fighting for 8, 9, 10, and 11. And they're fighting like it's P1, as they do go into the downhill now. On the Ferrari now, Spike is. So yeah, Alfa Romeo is second currently in the Constructors, trying to catch up to McLaren. And I know someone that will be very happy with the Alfa Romeo driving at the moment. Will be IceFlake, because IceFlake, as well as being the track creator, is the team manager for Alfa Romeo.
Yeah, of course. I'm happy with the performance so far of the drivers, both of them. Flicky would winner. I will be so happy. That's what all I can say. We
Yeah,
have to
no,
wait for
definitely.
that.
You've got a very, very strong lineup here, and a very aggressive driver for lineup as well, as we see Spike does not stop, and the Ferrari's doing a good job of blocking him there in the final sector. But I doubt it'll last for too long, as we see behind as well, Tusi's in that McLaren, already going for a move on here. Houdini side by side just behind, will be catching up now, and this Ferrari needs to run for its life, because the McLaren and also Spike now is catching up. Spike overtakes on the downhill. What a move that was.
What a move. Big bunny hop there going into the downhill.
Yeah, it looks like, I don't know what it is about this race. We do have a bit of desync with teleportation. Wasn't the case for Spa. It is unfortunate, but you know, we moved through it, and now we're on board with Tusi's and McLaren, who's trying to build his way up the grid after missing qualifying, and has
is really close.
Yeah, it's very close, very competitive. So Sticks and the Ferrari there going side by side, and Tusi's no doubt will capitalise off this. We've talked about it before. He won't take long to make some more overtakes. Who are we looking for now? Scollop's kind of chilling on his own, so Scollop is P4 at the moment. I think, yeah, he should be nice and quiet. If we go back to that action, Jay, with Tusi's and that lot, because, yeah, no, they were really into Redlick also. Got a bit of fresh air at the moment.
That's the first person being lapped. That's Fauci here. Being lapped now by Skillmax.
Oh, that is tough, and that is Fauci, who's literally signed just for this race, actually. So, yeah, no, not exactly how he'd expect it to go, but probably not got too much practice in. Jay, if we could switch back to Tusi's, because that's a 5-way battle now, as we see that Williams making a beautiful overtake. They're still side by side, but that should be kind of calm compared to all this action in the midfield.
And this is for what position?
This is for P4 and P5 at the moment, so some valuable points, and whilst less valuable further back, Tusi's, who has dropped back there, must have been some form of collision, has overtaken part of the train, but is going past the Jets now to pick up to Sticks and Spike. So we've got
And
Sticks
goes
down
to
someone.
We have Max Exploding on Acids here. I think Acid passed him.
So Acid past Maxaloni, but still on board. Very nice, but yes.
Maxaloni now comes back at him, but has to brake.
If we just stick on board with what we've seen on the stream, but
keep the position, so that's
very, very nice. Tusi's has fallen just slightly for now behind. I don't know what's been happening there. But yeah, no, we got a fat train there, 5-6 cars. Tyler, I don't know if you, well, of course you remember it. F2, the slipstream, a train like that doesn't last for long, does it? It ends in carnage.
No, yeah, well, you got cars packed up like that. Someone's bound to be passed, and someone's bound to make a mistake. So it's just the nature of slipstream, and just in general pack racing with these cars.
Oh wow, sorry, I need to
difficult.
cut in Tusi's 3-time race winner out of 3 races has missed a checkpoint. He's down to P18. He's behind Fozzie, who's been lapped. He must have not realised. He's had to go back, and he is now miles out of the points. He's furthest back you can be, and it will not be a good day for Smurge Apple and McLaren, because he's all the way down in P18 now. Wow.
Let's see if he can climb back into the points potentially.
Column right now, so
and there is the leaders into the pits as well. So Skillmax into the pits. Flicky retakes the lead for now. So yes, Skillmax going in very early here. We're about 15 minutes in at the moment. It's easy. Going to come out in traffic here. Scollop, as you were talking about, is going to be right here. Looks like Skillmax will be just behind. Almost cuts into traffic there. The Red Bull goes straight past, but the previous race leader, the Aston Martin, will be on the attack here with extra curves, no doubt, on this main straight. He goes for the side-by-side. The Red Bull blocks him well into the downhill now.
Gilmax into a position now he doesn't want to be, because he still wants to stay in front of Flicky, of course. So he's losing big time here behind
Definitely. So yeah, Flicky just needs to build up this time.
Oh, Max made a mistake.
Yeah, that's Maxaloni going off and going behind now. Skillmax capitalising off that. He's trying to get past this traffic as soon as possible, because obviously with the fresh tyres, Tyler, you don't want to be waiting and hanging around long. But the Red Bull making a beautiful switch back. now side by side. The Red Bull uses KERS earlier and gets past a much more abundance in KERS. And Max Aloni also now attacking, taking that position back.
Oh man, that's a lot of ground lost there.
Yeah, not lasted for long, although it looks like alternate KERS strategy. As well, I say that he goes for the KERS, but good defense there from the Williams. Although, could you argue, Tyler, this isn't the Williams fight to have? I mean, this is a potential race winner here. Whilst he is in the top 6, he's not going to be fighting him later on. He's just killing his tyres here. So it might be best to let him through.
Yeah, Skill Max is really fast. If I saw him behind me and I was still off from a pit, I would let him by.
Scallop right now.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, Scallop and Acid. If you wanna
Acid.
go a little bit further to Acid. So we've got the 2 Red Bulls next to each other, Pancho and Acid. We've seen some good performances from them, kind of in the midfield for now. But yeah, no, we've got Scallop defending now in the McLaren, and he needs his points now for the team to defend P1 because TC's down in P18. They need some form of representation here because just behind Alfa Romeo is currently P1 and P7 at the moment. So yeah, no, they're gonna have to really fight for the points here. Back on board with Skillmax. He's trying to catch up to Pancho here, using all of his KERS through the main straight and into the downhill to this beautiful, beautiful sunset. Won't be long until he's trying to go for a move on him as well, and it looks like, yeah, Scallop into the pits. So yeah, that's the Red Bulls alone now, with a bit of fresh air, and I mean, you got to take advantage of that, right?
Oh yeah, yeah, keeping those tires fresh.
Yeah, you just gotta push, but also, yeah, make sure you're not degrading your tyres too much. Although, as we've seen with F2 in the past with the slipstream, it becomes a completely different dynamic, because if you're not with anyone, people are going to be catching up, because using slipstream together is making you faster, but not as fast as Max Aloni in the Williams going past now. So it's really not going well for Skillmax at the moment, although, as I say that, that is Max Aloni going off wide, and a car off into the pits there, who was just in front. So he's got some fresh air now, so we can probably leave him to it now.
MM7 Robin here.
Yeah.
That was Pancho going to the pits.
Pancho into the pits. Right, okay, so
P8 here. MM7's going to be gaining on Rob, it looks like. He's going to use his KERS here. Let's see how close he gets into this next corner. I think he gained a little bit of ground there. He might be making a move down after this next downhill turn here. Is this a KERS zone here going to this corner? Nope, not yet.
Nope.
Still going to hold his lead going around the hairpin here. Through the chicane, uphill section we go. Still not. Oh, going off track slightly there. Hit the tire a little bit. That's scary. You don't like seeing those round tires, especially if you're missing an apex there. Robert's staying ahead just a little bit. Looks like he's actually gaining ahead of MM7 as well.
That's Flicky in the pit lane, so...
Flicky in the pit lane as well. If we switch over to Flicky, he should come out into the action soon enough.
In front of Skillmax.
Flicky's with Skillmax now. We want to switch back over to this. He's just ahead, but Skillmax is not far behind.
Oh, this is amazing.
Flicky with the fresher tyres. Skillmax, though, with the pace at the moment. Down the main straight, into the downhill. And whilst it's not a fight for P1 because Acid in the Red Bull has it, Acid is only about 5 car lengths ahead, so we should stay on board with this for a while because this is a 3-way battle for the lead and the podium.
Awesome.
Is yet to stop.
That is true. Acid has not stopped yet.
Acid's
so
gonna try to block these guys off as long as he can.
Yeah, but he doesn't want to. He doesn't want to make it wait a little bit. Well, he don't want to wait too long, and that's a nice move from Skillmax. Side by side there, IceFlake, you still need to go a little bit quieter. Sorry, louder. I can't really hear much. We've got 20 on lap 20 now at 44, and that is
what a pass on the inside there. That was intense. Right along that, so alongside the tunnel.
Yeah, Acid into the pits like we predicted. So now it is a battle for the lead once again, and I don't see it quieting down just yet. These two will really well. This lead's going to be important now with tyre strategy. They won't want to give this up.
Interestingly, Acid here, he's not going to want to hang out too much. Yep, okay. My bad.
Yeah, Acid is in the pits.
I realized. I wanted to say before while you guys were talking, and then like you guys stopped, and I was like, oh, Acid finished.
Ah, that's a shame, but what not?
Looks like Flicky is not giving up his position. That's good, because he's...
No, but he would. He would want to give up that position. Oh, we switched over to Pancho and Vic. Apologies, didn't notice that. Could we switch back to P1? because yeah, I think we prefer P1 over P7 as that's still going on, Jay.
P1's not fighting anyone.
P1 is still fighting. It's Skillmax and Flicky. They've been going at it the last few laps.
Skillmax been looking out.
I don't know. Flicky's
a little bit.
Yeah.
How's the
Flicky on
pace?
first
Well, it
place.
might be a pace battle here, but they might not be overtaking here, but there might be a bit of a differential.
Yeah, I mean,
lap
but as we
consistency.
say
Look
that,
at yes, Skillmax hit the barrier. Skillmax did hit the barrier, but
yeah, and the Aston Martin capitalised using his curves on the straight. Wasn't enough in the moment that Aston keeps the position, defending well. Now you got to think, was that a gamble for the Aston Martin? Because now he's used that curves to try get the move, hasn't, and now yeah, the Aston's just going to escape. So we may very well lose this battle shortly, and P1 could be taken for the Aston, and it looks like it will. I don't know, but
I know Flicky has a really strong strategy, so it could go anywhere.
well, for now, I'm just saying for the next few laps, it looks like the Aston has it in the bag. So now we can switch off for now. Probably back to Vic if you want, Jay, because it looks like they're still in their fat train there at the moment, going through Sector 2. That's a Redlick actually. Yeah, Redlick is with Vic and Styx.
Back up the field is really a train.
Yeah, they're really rammed in together. But Redlick, a newer driver as well as Vic, I don't actually know much about the two compared to the others, although that is Redlick into the pits and Acid, who is also in P6, kind of chilling now, although he does have MM7 in front. I think in a few laps we'll see a fight there, but for now they should be pretty calm. I'll run you through the order as well whilst we try to find some other action if we would like. So currently, as we saw before, Skillmax maintains P1 for now for for Aston Martin. Just behind though, that Alfa Romeo of Flicky is wanting that win in P2. He's in a Aston Martin sandwich though, P3 for Bruder, and just behind him outside of the podium is Robert, followed by MM7 and Acid in the Red Bull. Behind the Red Bull of Acid is the Red Bull of Pancho in P7. That'll be some good points there, but I assume they'll want to climb further up the grid. And then we've got the Ferrari of Vic, followed by Styx and Scallop, rounding out your top 10 for now. Some noticeable mentions is Fozzy, new signing for this race, well, one of the oldest drivers, and it's showing P17. Not exactly doing a Fernando Alonso, and Tootsie's hitting the slowdown unfortunately, and missing a checkpoint, so down to P18 for him. No win, I'm gonna imagine, for the McLaren driver today.
I doubt he will even score points. I don't really think so.
Yeah, I don't see a comeback, but what I can see a comeback for is Scallop fighting with Spike at the moment into Sector 1 of this beautiful track, and not
Maybe
just them two.
a chance if there will be a safety car, but
I don't see it happening, to be honest. He's that far
I don't
behind
see it
now. Yeah, they got to rely on Scallop for these McLaren points, although as I say, that is in P11 and getting attacked aggressively by the Williams there of Magsaloni. But it looks like he's backed off for now. Got some pretty similar lines here for Spike and Scallop, although I'd have to say, in my opinion, Spike takes us any day of the week. What I can't decide on though is MM7 versus Acid, the Audi versus the Red Bull.
I would say the Audi has it.
I don't know, man, maybe. But that Red Bull is close on the attack. He's right behind him now, and yeah, two very experienced drivers here. We've got MM7, who is a F3 and F2 drivers champion. You can't get much more qualified than that. But you've also got Acid as well, who is IndyCar drivers champion, driver of the month, June constructors champion, and a whole lot more as a major Audrey driver there. So I don't see how this will end. It could keep going for a while.
Acid is the fiercely competitive, world record holding, intelligent driver.
Here. Not gonna
So-
lie.
Yeah, there's yeah, a lot of history and a lot of experience there for Acid, and I'm pretty sure if you go into every single Rockstar leaderboard, you will see the Red Bull.
Yeah, I mean he's iconic in the GTA racing scene, especially open wheel and Formula V as well.
Oh, absolutely, yeah, no. If you don't know Acid, you're not part of the group properly. And we'll switch back over to Scallop now in the McLaren, who is still trying to go after Spike. Spike definitely got a lot more race experience on him. Doesn't count Scallop out the race though, although saying that he does have people aggressive behind him. So yeah, that's the Williams, and then so that's Tootsie's, but oh my lord, so Scallop will have lapped the 3-time winner. Yeah, like a Monaco McLaren moment, they've recreated it here in Norway, and yeah, that's Tootsie's still down in 18, lapped by his own teammate who was just filling in for a race. That's gonna hurt, right?
Yeah.
That must really hurt, yeah. But he was so does that mean he was already a lap down? So does that mean he's now 2 laps down?
Yeah. So yeah, if we could get a lap check as well, Jay, and we'll see how far in we are. We're definitely over halfway, but we don't want to do what we did at Spa and not even realise the race is ending. For those of you that missed that, including Tyler, we were literally a 7-way train to the very end, on Spa, through the Camel Straight and everything else. We were like, oh my god, this is great. How many laps is this going to go for? And it turns out no laps at all because it was the last lap. So that was a funny one, but a dramatic way to end the race.
For now, we have 17 laps left on this track here.
Yeah, 17 laps here.
Did you guys see Skill Max, or is this MM7? He just spun on track.
This is MM7 we're watching. Has he had a little spin? MM7 in P7 now. So yeah, looks like he probably has. Oh dear, looks like Bean's coming up to be lapped by the leaders momentarily. A race winner Bean, as well as Skill Max, but race winner Bean not doing too well, down in P16. Unfortunate for him, and that's Pancho and the Red Bull as well. Yeah, as we said, we're on lap 27 out 44, now probably hitting 28. Lap times are around, I'd say, a minute race pace, IceFlake.
For quali pace it is a 58.0 somewhere there, but I think for race pace it will be like a 59.
Right, okay.
5 or something like that, so it's...
I was about to mention tyre strategy. We might want to switch back over, although we might not have to, because Flicky retakes the lead, as that is the Aston Martin of Skillmax in the pits. These two keep switching, but there's been a real pace change here, because that's Skillmax going further back now. With the Red Bull, as we're on board with now, so Pancho, Acid actually on the attack of Skillmax. And Flicky just needs to build up this gap before he pits.
I'm starting to think there are different strategies now, Flicky and Skill Max. So we'll see how it shakes out towards the end here. But I think, does that mean Flicky has one more stop?
I feel like he's got another stop, surely, because although we say that, Skill Max completely escaped Flicky. So could Flicky be on the hardest lower tyres?
Yeah, he could be, and it could be like a race to the finish here, and who's going to get ahead of who before the finish line, and we'll see what happens.
Definitely. So we had some predictions of people saying we could have 4 safety cars. We've only had the one. But if we do have a second, that will really mix us up.
It looks like Skillmax did it, because Flicky's back into the lead now.
Yeah, that's what we've just been mentioning for the last minute. That is no problem.
That's so funny. You're just like the last minute. No shit.
And that is Aston Martin and Red Bull side by side into sector 3. They're still going at it. Skillmax not giving up with a beautiful move there to get straight past onto that final corner. I'm afraid the Red Bull has been outplayed there majorly by that Aston, although he could go for a curse dive bomb here on the inside. A very good block there from the Aston Martin. Into the uphill now. They're right next to each other. These guys really do not give up. They're constantly at it again and again, lap after lap. These guys are no different at all. As we were saying a few minutes ago with Flicky, it is really going to be interesting to see how that outcome is, because he's reaching the end of Sector 2 now. Skillmax just going through the tunnel in Sector 2 with the Red Bull going past now. I really can't say, because I feel like Flicky's one of those more conservative drivers compared to Skillmax. He's very aggressive. I think we can all agree on that. I don't really know. We'll have to figure that one out.
One thing we do know currently that Skillmax will be losing time battling the Red Bull at the moment whilst Flicky is in clean air out in the front. So this might be able to give the advantage back over to the Alpha. Alfa Romeo.
That is true, but I mean, there's no one better to ask about that Alfa Romeo's tire strategy than the manager himself. Go on. Do you know it? Do you know his strategy?
I know the player's strategy, but I don't know if I want to leak it.
Oh, come on.
Well, the race is already halfway
Well,
through.
I
Come
can't.
on.
I mean, if Flicky will stop for the last time. I mean, I know the tires, but the best tire strategies are around here. If you are like in the midfield, you want to go hard mediums. But if you're at the front, you want to go either medium, medium soft, or medium soft, soft. So
Right, so what you're saying is Flicky has another stop in him.
I think
I
Well,
think there will be.
You
You don't have
done
to
for
say it.
stops.
I don't want to say it. But
I think he'll have another stop. I think you'd be cocky in mentioning it if Flicky wasn't going to stop again. Hopefully not exposing you there. I don't think you got anything to worry about though. Oh,
Ooh.
MM7's disconnected on track.
Oh,
I don't know if he's still on
Ninth
track, but he
one
was.
in the chicane.
We need to watch out here. That was
oh yeah,
chicane
he's
area.
off track. He's off track.
Off track.
into
So
the
we've got
hairpin.
green flags there just to confirm. But that could have
Yeah.
really switched it up.
The absolutely goated F2 driver disconnecting. That's an absolute shame because he's got so much talent. I mean, that guy was back to back, like very convincing F2 championships for him. So
Yeah,
Unfortunate.
that is unfortunate for him. Chad moved there disconnecting.
you want to give everyone else a break because that's
Exactly. that's all it was. Jack, if you want, I'm a very bad driver, but if you switch over to Helicam, and I'll give people just a quick view of this amazing track, because I mean, you'll just see as soon as you switch to me. And I'll start to follow some action, although we've got the Williams there. So if we look around, we've got the amazing Gilead Hills here, with the pits just below, and as I say that, we've got two drivers in the pits there. The Mercedes is that, and also the Red Bull. So through the final sector, they will be fighting now. Oh, it's the Aston Martin actually. If anyone wants to get eyes on that, looks like he's starting to back off. But yeah, that beautiful sunset in front of us into sector 1.
called the helicopter
yeah.
cam here. Helicopter cam is, we should switch that from that to driver POVs. I think we should helicopter cam until we find a good battle, and then we jump
That is
into
true.
it.
Yeah, do we have any good battles? If we do,
I
we'll
think
switch
we
straight
will.
over. But I just wanted to admire this beautiful track. I mean, just look around, people. It is very, very nice.
I mean, the way it's layered too, you've got like the elevation changes is really awesome. I think that
absolutely.
this is a very unique layout.
You don't want to. There is so many props put it into there. That's,
Oh no, I
It's
can
insane.
imagine. Yeah. Just looking around, you can really tell. We could try follow battle from the air, and actually we can follow Brooder and Robbit right now as they go down the pitch straight. We'll be side by side momentarily. Although it looks like he's backed out for now, with Brooder just keeping that distance. Yeah, we'll switch it over to the car POV. Now land this helicopter so it doesn't crash on track. Tyler, if you want to take over.
We're on board currently with Robbit. Let's see, he's a bit far behind Brooder. That's about a half second, about 4 or 5 tenths. We'll stop estimating time anyways. We're going to the hairpin here. Going to the next chicane. I like how it goes under this bridge here. That's fantastic. And you got the Space Needle as well. That's also another fantastic prop. I mean, this is... The layout looks
Absolutely.
fantastic as
And
well.
this
This is a-
climb uphill as well is, yeah, a really, really aggressive uphill, downhill section here.
yeah, the
Um,
uphill section is really tough. I mean, you have the top section, which is you really underestimate that corner because it seems less sharp than it actually is. And for the same with the chicane, there's only one good line through it, and if you just mess up a bit, you can crash really nasty there. So it's a really concentration track here, but if you have had the uphill section, you have 2 straights, so then it's a bit peaceful, and then you can take a bit of rest, but it won't last long because the track is really short.
Yeah, definitely. And it looks like MM7 joining us in the chat with a simple noise asking how MM is doing after that unfortunate disconnect. Not exactly how Audi wants to be going in their first season. And if we check on the standings for Audi, because I haven't actually looked, I'll give us a quick run through. So yeah, McLaren's still with 84 points in the lead in the constructors, although that won't last for long. With what's happened to Tootsies here, won't be good for them. The Alfa Romeo, on the other hand, definitely will potential overtake for the lead here. I don't think it'll be a surprise. Haas, though, we're missing today, so we've only got 58 points for them, and that won't be changing much. Aston will really leap up, and Audi with only 9 points behind the Red Bull. They would have really wanted a high-scoring race today, but I don't think that's going to happen, to be honest, with that MM7 disconnect. Who is the other Audi driver, actually?
Redlick.
Redlick, right, okay. So we're on lap 36 now, with 8 to go.
That are less than 8 minutes of racing, because...
Yeah, getting very close to the end. Has Flicky completed the strategy, or is he in the pits now? As I say that, Flicky's in the pits. Has he got enough of a gap to skill max? He's in there now. Yeah, as
looks
we
like
see.
he has lost the gap. But
Oh, you say that? I don't know. He's stopping now, but that
he
skill
will
max
come
going
out behind.
just behind. This could be. Oh, it's not a good. It's not a good stop for
He
Flicky
has
here.
the fresh tires on, and Skill Max has already made his first pit stop. So
That is
Flick,
true,
o-
but
only what Flick now has to do is catch
With
him
8
back
laps
up.
left, I wonder if he's going on to softs.
that is
Yeah.
that is true. He will be going onto the softs, no
Well,
doubt.
I know the
Um,
strategy, but are
yeah,
we
no.
leaking it?
Come
I mean,
on, all the strategy's over now.
Lots
You
of
may
pit
as
stops
well.
done, man.
Yeah, all the stops are done. Not much you can do at this point.
Come
So,
on.
from what I know, I don't know what strategy Skill Max won. I think Skill Max went on.
Mediums, maybe, then?
Yeah, I think he's on the mediums now because he started with soft, I think, and then onto the mediums now. Meanwhile, Flicky has the complete opposite, which is starting on the mediums and then double soft. So that's the strategy for the Alfa Romeo drive.
It could go to the end here, although obviously Flicky does have the softs, but Skill Max with the older tyres, they'll start to burn, and quite interestingly in GTA, when the tyres burn, they get faster in open wheel, which is an interesting dynamic. But yeah, it's the one that people have had to adapt to. Should we switch off them for now? Because I'm going to presume they'll be quite relaxed for the moment. I think we've calmed down a lot, but I know there's Scallop with someone else and there's Brooder as well. Yeah, we'll switch to Brooder for now. Who does have Robbit behind that Alfa Romeo will really want these points here. Although I don't see Robbit catching up. I don't know. I feel like Brooder's the better driver here, but yeah, any thoughts there? I can't really say.
Not at the moment.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I don't know much about Robbit either. That's why I'm trying to see if anyone else does. I know
I
he's
don't know much about Robert.
yeah, his earlier appearances were yeah, around Spike. Well, actually no, switching over to Spike, who looks like he's battling Fuzzy, but Fuzzy's a complete backmarker. Fuzzy's on his own at P17.
Flicky is slowly gaining on Skill Max.
He's just trying to prep up his own team here. And that's a Redlick disconnect as well. Another car failure now. We need to see if that's a car. Is that the front?
car? Because if that car
Is Redlick on track or off track? Please confirm, Heli.
We need to find that as soon as possible, yeah. If the helicopters can have a look around. I presume we'd have a driver report pretty quick.
Yeah, it looks like a retirement here. It looks like some sort of gearbox failure there.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Not like so. We've got another set of green flags there. So we are clear on track. That's the one thing I can credit you for, IceFlake here. It's not a closed-in track, so we don't have. Well, if we have cars disconnecting, they usually roll off unless it's going into a corner. So yeah, probably avoiding a lot of safety.
It's a really open track, but it's still a difficult track to drive.
Definitely, yeah. Well, you get really punished by the slowdowns if you go off, and that's Skill Max passing Sniper. Oh, I got excited there. I thought that was a battle for the lead starting just at the end, but no, that's another blue flag there. Do we have any other battles? People have really started to calm down. It looks like we've got 1s and 2s at the moment. Spike with a blue flag there. Hey, Houdini and Scallop maybe? They might be together, I think.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, so that's battle for P10. That'll do for now.
For the last point.
for the last point. Spike's not a fight, yeah. He's a blue flag. And another
engineered, no worries.
Yeah, I was about to say, I was panicking there, but engineer there. We got scared, but we're fine.
When both Audi drivers disconnected, the engineer disconnects. Oh no.
So Robert and Brood are still fighting for P3. Really not giving up at all. Onto this back big straight. I mean, we're seeing a lot of the similar moves now.
Snipes crashed into the last corner.
Oh dear.
Out of time.
That is unfortunate, and that'll be, yeah, these guys are catching up to that last corner now. Really not what we would have been wanting, and this is Robert really on the attack on the hunt. I've not really seen what his tire strategy has been, but by the looks of it, it's not been as good as Bruder's, because Bruder is gaining, well, he's escaping and escaping. So he looks like he should be fine for now.
Really struggling.
Yeah, they really are. There's a lot of errors I'm seeing into some of these final corners, clipping the wall. And we're on lap 41 now, so we have 3 laps to go after this one. Damn it, Spike and Fuzzy keep getting me excited, but it's a blue flag. Still going for it, man. Should we switch back up over to the heli, or we got any of the battles? Heli still going, but I don't know. It's with the curve strategies, man. What do you think, Tyler? What are we going for?
Heli near the finish line, maybe, to see who comes across the line.
That is true. Yeah, I'll switch into the heli now if you want to spectate us, Joe. And we'll get a view from above and towards the end now on these final laps. So we'll follow along with Skillmax from the air as he goes through Sector 1. I don't know if you can see that, Tyler, if you want to run us through his lap.
Oh,
whose lap?
Skillmax right below.
Oh yeah,
so
Skillmax.
that's Bruder and Robert getting close now to P2 here as well.
So we got some flicky error there, maybe? Sorry, I'm getting distracted here, but... Yeah, have we had some issues with
it doesn't. They gained much time on that.
Oh, there's still a bit of a gap, but not much. So yeah, into this pit lane straight here.
Oh, Robert P4. Is this Bruder in front of him here?
Oh yeah, it's still. We switched back to them.
This is for the podium? Oh, this is for the podium. They're very close here.
Yeah.
Bruder's gonna curse away, get ahead a little bit. Are they like rubber banding to each other? Like they're getting close and then they're getting far? Like
yeah, pretty much. The edging is all
different curve strategies. Then they're slightly on. It's very interesting because they'll get really close and then they'll spread apart because they got some curves saved up, and the other guy used it all, so he can't catch him again. So coming into the hairpin here. What? Yep, go ahead.
No, my bad, but IceFlake. Oh, we've got a spin off there.
Oh,
he was off. He was off track. That is snipes off track there. Almost really slowing down this battle here. And potential crash we've just avoided. Unfortunately, IceFlake, you were quite confident Flicky'd still be in this. But I don't see it happening because now he's got P3 and P4 catching up to him.
Robert getting so close. Robert getting so close to Bruder.
I'll be happy if he will remain.
Yeah, but
the podium because these are good points.
Yeah, Robert getting really aggressive on Bruder here. Bruder having to defend hard.
They're so close. Bruder uses his curse here. So does Robert. He's gonna stay around the same distance away from him. It's staying at about this distance, and it's just like one mistake will cost these drivers to pass each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Bruder's gonna pull away here. Oh, that's it. Yeah,
we are on the final lap, ladies and gentlemen. So Skillmax, I don't see it changing now. Through Sector 1, has the lead for now. But Bruder is just behind Flicky. Depends whether he can catch up this much in one lap. I don't know whether it can happen.
Robert might have been a little too heavy on the brakes there, I think, but he's still catching him a little bit. Maybe he uses curves more through here. Bruder's going to stay ahead of him by just a bit. He's going to gain a little bit now going into the hairpin. Oh, as I hit the hairpin, let's see who gets the better exit coming out of the corner. They're gonna. I believe Bruder's gonna. Robert's gonna use his curves going into the tunnel. Bruder's gonna use it towards the end of the tunnel, coming into this next turn.
Right to the end, yeah. They'll be saving it for this very last straight as Skillmax comes round the final corner. Now Fozzie disconnecting. He's given up. Skillmax with a beautiful win here for Aston Martin, taking P1. That's what they wanted. P2 for Flicky, just about. And Aston Martin with a double podium today takes P3. Robert just behind in P4.
Just couldn't get it done.
Yeah, just couldn't. And the Red Bull of Acid taking P5 as well as his teammate P6 behind. Now, whilst we talk about this order, there is obviously penalties to come, so this could really switch up. If you're not already, make sure you're in the Discord, and we'll announce the the official results later on once penalties have been investigated. But that's Stick in P7, not too bad for him, and that'll be Spike across the line for P8. He will have won to better. He was qualified right at the front, but had those qualifying penalties. And McLaren, not a good race at all. Comes in P9 now, with Tusis as well, right at the back in P15. I don't even know if Tusis will finish. And Houdini rounds up our top 10 with 1 point for him.
That's brutal. Tusi's thrown into the mix up there would have been an interesting final few laps here. Maybe his strategy might have shaken out a bit different compared to Skill Max, or potentially would have had a battle with Flicky. Yeah, that would have been awesome to watch. But
that is unfortunate because we got three very unique drivers there, and seeing their fight.
We have a spun car on track, last sector, yellow flags.
Oh yeah, we got one Ferrari off there in the final sector, losing that one vital position to P13. And that's Snipes that takes P13 with Vic taking P14. And that'll be Tuesdays for P15, still doing his laps. He's got 4 seconds to finish. I don't think it's happening. But that is round 4 complete. It was an up and down race, I'd have to say. Thank you very much for joining us, guys. We'll sneak these guys in for an interview real quick. If we can grab Skillmax as well as Flicky, and then we'll grab Tootsies as well. And you know what, we'll get Bruder as well, and we'll talk through it real quick. Jay, if we want to switch over to interview screen as soon as we can. So we're joined by the top 3 here, and who we thought was going to be in the top 3, but it goes sideways for him today. Usually I'd be asking Tusi's questions first, but after what's happened with that checkpoint.
Why am I here?
That won't be happening. I thought we'd just talk to you quickly in a second. In a second. So we'll talk with the original pole setup for now. Flicky, it was all going so well. Just different tire strategy compared to Skill Max there, and P2 in the end.
Yeah, I don't know why, because we used the same tires. We both used 1 medium and 2 soft stint. But I don't know how he was so much faster on his mediums, because that was his last stint, compared to me when I was on soft.
Just some different strategy, I presume, there. But yeah, no, I did really think that it was going to be a fight to the end, but you started dropping behind there slightly.
I would have hoped to finally get my P1, but I guess it's still not my time.
Not today. And we thought it would be a chance because there was no two.
I had a chance, but I somehow messed it up.
It's unfortunate, man. But yeah, just quickly, Tusies, what happened? We missed it, but did you miss a checkpoint?
Well, I started in P20, of course, because I just came home from Amsterdam. But first corner P3 up to P13, and then I got spun by Acid because we got demon dragged, and I left him a lot of space, but we got demon dragged. And then Bean crashed me out of my checkpoint, and then
that is unfortunate, man. We were getting really excited for you building your way through the grid. Unfortunate that's not today. That's the streak over for now, but definitely not the points. You've got a lot more fighting to do, but a bit unlucky there. Not unlucky for Skillmax though. P1, how do you feel, son? Beautiful racing.
Yeah, I feel great. Finally winning again after Violet's Hill. Tough penalties there.
Yeah, and you've got enough of a gap as well. I don't see that race win being taken from you. So we were talking to Flicky about strategy. Did your strategy stay the same there then in the end?
I had him muted because I was still talking to Bruder and stuff.
No problem.
So my strategy was soft, medium. My plan was to get away with the softs because I wanted to not get crashed. So I just decided to put on the softs and just pull away.
I mean, it clearly works.
Interestingly enough, Flicky's pace was quite good at the start on the mediums. I only pulled away like 3 seconds or something on the softs.
Then
I put it to softs again. Pulled, I think, another little bit of time. I don't know. I think I only pulled like 2 seconds or something, or 1 second, because he was also on softs by then. And then I put it on mediums, and that was basically my plan, because my pace was really good on mediums. I've practiced it, and my medium's pace was almost as good as my soft pace. So that's why Flicky couldn't catch me with the softs. So
Right. Okay, that
Alright.
explains it. Yeah, that's unfortunate there for Flicky, but still P2 and good racing from the both of you there. Very exciting stuff with the pits and seeing if you come out next to each other. Thank you everyone very much for joining us this week, and thank you Tyler and IceFlake for joining us in the commentary box, as well as JJack with the cameras. And as it says on the screen, 3rd of March, we will be back for Silverstone, the British Grand Prix at
Great
20
race.
UTC. Yeah, you will not want to
wait,
miss that.
Alfie.
Great action, and we will